Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Steve's got the day off, I'm filling in. This is Rich in the Philippines. And today I wanted to talk about, I'm coming up on 2 years here in the Philippines, and people have asked me, what's your take? What's your observations so far? What do you think so far? And I've come up with 5 things that have really stood out to me and that I wanted to share with you and get your feedback, because I know that you're going to have some feedback on these 5 things. The number one thing that I've really noticed and I really like here in the Philippines is the people. The people, I've found them to be very kind, kind-hearted, open, loving, and positive. And with the people, I found that overall, that the government really wants us here, really wants to make it easy for us here to immigrate here. I've been and lived in several other countries, and I found that their visa program was overall super easy. Mary Rose and Thelma, the company that helps, Steve talks about all the time, they were so great to work with and made the transition here that much better. I mean, I talked to them literally for a year beforehand, before I came here, and then they literally walk you through the whole process. So the number one thing that I've noticed is the people and how nice and friendly and overall, I think, honest, at least for me, for the most part. Yes, I know I'm going to get comments down below about how they were scammed, how somebody looked at them mean, how somebody turned you into a newt. And look, you got to be on your guard. But that's true no matter where you go, whether it's in Philadelphia or Chicago or Dallas. You really have to be on your situational awareness, is what I call it. It's no different here. But I found that people, the number one thing. The number two thing, my observation here, that I really like, is the cost of living. You know, there's been 1,000 videos ad nauseum about budget. Steve's made some too. And I probably watched 500 of them before I came here. It's so much more affordable, I believe, to be here. I'm just going to make this quick and thumbnail, is that my cost of living that I found to be able to get by on, and we in Trece are, I don't know if you'd call us on the province or on the edge of province, or it's a decent sized city, is that, you know, with rent, power, water, internet, you could be looking at anywhere between 200 to 250, and that's all in. And you can go up from there. It's been said in all these budgets, it really depends on how you live. So let's just say $250 for all in for your rent and everything. And then you have food, and it depends on how you eat. You know, I eat some American things, not a ton, but I eat some. And so my food bill is anywhere between $40 to $60 a week. I try to keep it at 40. It just all depends on what my mood is and what they have in stock. That's another big thing here, is no stock. So Steve talks about it, and correctly so. The sweet spot can be between $1,700 and $3,500. It all depends on how you live. Do you eat out a lot? Do you like American restaurants? And personally, I don't drink, and I don't smoke, and I don't do chew, which is kind of interesting. That's kind of a thing here with some people that we've met. So I don't have any of those habits. And drinking here, it's cheap, but I just don't do it. So it's affordable here. That's the number two thing that I've discovered. The number three thing is growth. That's one of the things that I've noticed here. And not, when I mean here, I mean the Philippines as a whole. You know, people have called it third world. I don't really look at it like that, even though I understand where the term comes from. However, everywhere you look here in the Philippines, there's new buildings going up. There's roads being worked on. There's new stores coming and going. And much more so than I found that to be in America. I mean, there's just an incredible amount of growth. That's what I've noticed. And the number four thing that I've noticed is the dating. You know, some people come here looking for that. I didn't come here looking for that. However, I found somebody special, and what I found is that it's really it's fun. The dating here, from what I'm told from other people, and yes, I know I'm going to hear about it down below, about how somebody was scammed, and in the last year I've heard a lot more about that than my first year here. However, it's no different than anywhere else. I mean, when I lived in America, especially even the Midwest, a normal date could be anywhere between, $50 on the low side, and $100 to $200. I mean, going to a movie in America is just ridiculous. So the women are really super friendly. They're super beautiful, and they're super nice. You just have to be careful. I haven't found, and again, I know I'll hear about it. I haven't found the family to be obtrusive. I haven't found people. I mean, I haven't found it, and I'm sure it's out there. So the number 4 thing that I've discovered, or that I noticed here, is the dating, and about how it is for foreigners here to date. And this may be the biggest thing that I've really noticed here. And Steve's talked about it too, and so has a lot of the other bloggers, is that, if you had problems, if you had baggage in America, you're going to have it here unless you leave it in America. And we've discovered, Steve and I have discovered, that a lot of people don't. A lot of people just carry that baggage in the overhead compartment and just have the same issues here as they have there. If you're combative and, a jerk in America, and if there's a good chance you'll be combative and a jerk here, is what I've discovered. That's why, for the most part, Steve and I, and other expats who I know, the circle is not very big. We talk a lot, we interact a lot with good people who brought as minimal amount of baggage. Because, look, we all have it. I brought some too. And I work on it. The patience thing, the patience thing was really, really big, and I've gotten a lot better at it. You will need your patience here. I've talked about it before. To learn the ways of, whether it's the Gcash or whether it's Globe, you have to learn new ways. You have to be open for learning new ways. You have to be open for, in my opinion, for adventure, to get out there and look around. And the last thing I want to talk about that I've noticed is the driving. Whew, that's all I can say on that. You have to be on your AA game driving here. People will drive on the sidewalk. People will pass you on the left and on the right. I drove a car for the first time about 2 months ago, a month and a half ago. And because I drive a motorcycle here, and I've talked about that before. I love driving a motorcycle here. It's one of the things that I like to do here and travel on one. However, it takes a certain amount of you got to be on your AA game. And driving, I drove in some crazy traffic jams in America. Nothing like here. I refuse to drive in Manila. I refuse to drive really at a car. I don't want to drive a car here in Trece, especially at quitting time. It's what would take you 30 minutes on a motorcycle, just like America. It takes you, an hour and 30 minutes or 2 hours. If somebody comes on a bus here to visit you, it could take 3 or 4 hours from, not that far away. So these are the things that I've noticed in 2 years. I like it here. I love the people here. There's so much adventure and there's so much living that you can do here. And I hope you do it. I hope you come here and enjoy. Let us know your thoughts down below. This has been Rich in the Philippines. Have a great day.